Do you know who the richest person in the world is?
Not bad.
Nah, not him. I meant the second richest person in the world.
You and Ashton Kutcher.
That's the dude. In 2024, Jeff Bezos reached a net worth of nearly $200 billion. Do you realize just how insane that is? Jeff Bezos is worth more than 200 LeBrons, 66 Michael Jordans, and the GDPs of 19 US states. If you combine the net worth of every NBA team, NBA player, and NBA employee, you would still come up billions of dollars short compared to Jeff Bezos. But what if I told you there's a new Jeff Bezos on the rise? A second Jeff Bezos. A Jeff Bezos who is already worth 10 LeBrons and stands 1 inch taller than the real Jeff Bezos. Meet Michael Rubin. You might know him as the host of the most exclusive white party in the world. But that's just his side hustle. Michael Rubin is the CEO of Fanatics.com, the leading seller of licensed pro sportswear and merchandise. If you own any sports jerseys, hats, uniforms, shirts, or accessories, chances are you probably copped them from Fanatics. But Rubin has a bigger plan that can generate hundreds of billions of dollars. A master plan to forever change the sports merchandise industry for buyers, sellers, athletes, and even fans. It's time you learned the truth about the newest, most interesting billionaire in sports today. I'm Josh Silverstein, and this is Clutch Call. In 2025, Michael Rubin takes over a $44 billion industry with virtually no competition. I'm talking about the trading card market. Rubin already owns Topps, the household baseball card for any collector of the past 70 years. He bought it for about $500 million in 2022, making Fanatics the exclusive trading card partner of Major League Baseball and the Baseball Players Union. That means if you're making baseball cards and you're not Topps, you can't feature any player in their pro team uniforms. You know those cringe generic uniforms athletes wear in those ads where companies can't get the rights for the official licensed gear, like Shaq in those Icy Hot commercials? That's what Michael Rubin is up against now in the card market. Pretty sure your kids are going to want to go with Topps cards. Rubin also got the rights to make all pro basketball and football cards under the Fanatics banner by 2025. But what does all this mean? Is Michael Rubin just buying a monopoly? Is there a secret, powerful strategy below the surface? And what does this have to do with Jeff Bezos? To find those answers, I met another Michael.
This is Cards and Coffee. We are also known as the Coffee Breakers Online. We run a 24-hour operation where we break sports cards for people and ship it all over the United States.
If you've never heard of live card breaking, it's when card collectors make live videos for social media where they open, or break, boxes of cards for everyone to see, and viewers can get in on the action.
So the way it works is a box is usually, let's say, $1,000. And if you were doing an NBA break, there'd be 30 teams in the NBA. To make the box more affordable for everyone, every single person is able to get a spot at a cheaper price. So when someone opens the box, these teams come out, and those specific cards for specific teams go to the specific people that buy those teams.
Now that might sound a little hardcore for casual collectors, but so did ebooks for casual readers when Amazon first announced those. And look at what that led to. Amazon also started with exclusive publisher deals, which gave them the best prices for books to run local bookstores off the shelves. Fanatics is on the verge of making similar game-changing moves in ways hobby shops couldn't imagine.
So already we see a great impact that Fanatics is bringing into the hobby with bringing celebrities for events, bringing different aspects of sports cards into the boxes where they're featuring athletes that have never been featured in certain products. A perfect example would be when Fanatics and Topps combined and put Tom Brady into a baseball product. He was originally drafted by the Montreal Expos, so there was a huge phenomenon where everyone was looking for Tom Brady Expos cards with autographs on it.
And it's not just Tom Brady. Michael Rubin has personal relationships with most of the biggest stars in all the major sports leagues, which allows him to call in personal favors like this.
Last week, there was Topps Rip Night, maybe a couple weeks ago, and celebrities, athletes all over the country showed up into little card shops, and kids were waiting, screaming, and it was just an amazing experience. I think Joe Burrow went to a Phoenix shop. I think Odell Beckham went into a Phoenix shop. Tom Brady was at the Met Stadium. Like, it was crazy. I think his friendships, he's creating these type of experiences because he doesn't need to really push athletes to do something that they don't really want because they're friends, so they'll just do it for him as a favor.
Rubin even sold his ownership stake in the Philadelphia 76ers in 2022 to avoid a conflict of interest as he started making exclusive player partnership deals with superstars for their trading card rights.
So them being a $30+ billion company and them controlling a lot of the memorabilia and the apparel and stuff like that, their CEO, Mike Mayhem, is on the streets. He goes to the events, he goes to the trade shows, he goes to all the shows across the United States to see what the consumer and the card shop owners want. So I think they're going to evolve this hobby in a tremendous way with the resources they have.
But Fanatics potentially taking over the trading card industry as we know it could have some downsides. For instance, Victor Wembanyama, the most exciting new face of the NBA, recently made a memorabilia and trading card agreement with Fanatics worth an estimated $5 million a year. The deal says he'll only sign autographs and approve his likeness on Fanatics cards. That's concerning for hobbyists like Michael Karpus.
In terms of the exclusive deals, as a hobbyist myself, it's unfortunate that basically certain cards I won't be able to see autographs in the current licensing. Like CJ Stroud autographs, I won't be able to see them on a Panini Prism card. And a Victor Wembanyama, we won't be able to see a Prism autograph.
If Wemby turns into the next LeBron James, this will make Michael Rubin's trading card deal even more lucrative. Fanatics will be the only option if you want to get your hands on a Victor Wembanyama autograph. But what does this deal do for smaller athletes who aren't the faces of their sport? How will it affect them?
But smaller athletes, I think they're going to get a piece of the pie at the end of the day, because when you sign cards, no one's signing cards for free. Someone is paying you to sign these cards. These NIL deals will create college cards that these students that are not able to get money for school, but they're getting paid for their tuition, they're going to get money coming in, I believe. And that's going to benefit them, and it's going to help everyone, I believe, tremendously.
So what is Michael Rubin's ultimate goal with Fanatics? What are all these moves leading to?
In my personal opinion, I think Michael Rubin is trying to create a world of sports and entertainment with Fanatics that brings trading cards, sports, and other stuff that he's working on into one platform, that it's accessible anywhere when you're in your seat at a basketball game, whether you're on the phone, on the computer, or whether you come to a hobby shop. I think that's what his ultimate goal is, and with technology, like I said, we're just getting started.
Okay, so say everything goes to plan. Can Michael Rubin really parlay this plan into an industry bigger than the NBA itself? Can he really become the next Jeff Bezos?
In terms of merchandise, he definitely has the Amazon of merchandise. In terms of cards, he's creating that as well, and I think that's a compliment to Michael Rubin, absolutely.
You ever hear of the book Fluid Concepts and Creative Analogies? Computer Models of the Fundamental Mechanisms of Thought? Of course you haven't, unless you were a grad student working on your computer science dissertation in the mid-90s. But Jeff Bezos definitely remembers it. That was the first sale he ever made on his new internet bookseller startup, Amazon.com, back in 1995. And 30 years later, the first pack of 2025 NBA trading cards sold will also go down as a transformative product that kicked off an empire. Jeff Bezos and Michael Rubin, powerful billionaires, industry disruptors, and two dudes who both made a clutch call.